Hey YouTube, I hope that by this time you guys have command of your doubles. I saw some of the comments and the views that have been on that video, and I know it may not be impressive to the masses out there and all stuff, but it was impressive to me. And I wanted to do a follow-up video of what those doubles look like on the drum kit. But I also made a mention of the free stroke, and that was the involvement of fingers within the double, and we would want to utilize that when we're playing faster, because the fingers operate faster than the wrist due to smaller and finer joints, that the movement of fingers is faster than a movement of the wrist, just by pure physiology and physics. Now, as we talked about before, we want to pull out that second accent, right? So it's and that's all wrist. The fingers is the utilization of the free stroke. And what is the free stroke? Well, the free stroke is, in order to do it properly, we have to disengage the natural fulcrum. This is what I call natural fulcrum, that we know between the index finger and the thumb, all right? And we're now moving it to the middle finger and thumb, leaving the index finger here, just guiding the stick, you know, coming alongside the stick. And in a American grip stroke, coming down, tip of the stick, the center of the drum. We always want to hit the center of the drum. The rebound is going to come up. So as soon as I hit the head, in this case the practice pad, the force is going to come up, and my fingers are going to hold the stick from falling out of my hand. So you see that just like that. So I hit it, and I have this grip right here. We call it the taco grip. All right. Once I use my fingers now, it brings it back to a reset. All right. So in the same manner that I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, in order to get used to that motion with the free stroke, okay, we can think of it as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's if we're doing it in a quarter note, you know, if we're designating quarter notes, but we can be designating eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right. Once we get used to that motion, all right, now we're just engaging those fingers to get the second hit out of the pad, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and But now, when we apply it to the drum kit, and I'm going to switch here, and I'm going to do my best to talk this way, because if I move my head this way, all of a sudden you don't hear it as pronounced. So when we apply it to the snare drum now, you'll see that if we keep it on the wrist, okay, to get those accents, like we were pulling when we were hearing the doot, 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 right? We pull those accents just using the wrist, like so. So remember, it was kind of like that little dipping of the wrist. Well, when we utilize fingers, we don't have to move our wrist, okay? We're just snapping it right back with the fingers. that, it kind of gives like this whipping motion, okay? Not to get it confused with the molar whip, because that's more of this. So it's that elbow motion, whereas, you know, what we're doing here, the free stroke is just straight, just the fingers. So once we have a good, you know, grasp of the free stroke, and now we're going to utilize our fingers to pull out that second accent, right, on the doubles, in the same manner that we discussed with the match grip. The thing here is to remember to continue, we're practicing form, so we don't have to worry about a click. We don't have to worry about a metronome. First, we want to make sure that we know what we're doing and that we're feeling comfortable with it. Once we are approaching it and having the proper form, and then we're seeing some good repetition, now we put it to a click, okay, a metronome or a sequence, you know, a groove, even a song, to hold us accountable to that form and then make it feel good within the time, all right? And something that I've always used as a bedrock for me when to utilize what technique and when is the tempo of the song. So something I learned when I studied at the Collective many years ago, one of my teachers, Peter Retzlaff, he introduced me to the concept that, I want to see if I'm speaking this correctly, anywhere from, you know, obviously 50 BPMs up to about like 140, 145, I should be able to play comfortably wrist, okay? Just like wrist, everything's wrist. So that was all wrist, no fingers, okay? And then anywhere past that, you know, you're utilizing fingers. And I might be off on the tempos. I know it's in there somewhere. And before anybody starts the YouTube committee of getting on me on stuff, I saw the video. I was like, oh, I should do a follow-up, you know, video. And I'm in between classes right now on my website with Circle 99. And I just wanted to do an impromptu, you know, class while I have my streaming gear set up and everything. So I'm just recording this into the hard disk and then pop it into YouTube. So don't be getting on me, be like, oh, you didn't come prep, this, that, whatnot. Listen to what I'm saying. See what I'm doing, okay? And then just extrapolate from there. And then I'm going to continue in planning out what to do within YouTube, because this is my thought process of I'm going to be engaging on YouTube and providing educational stuff here. So if you dig it, please stay on board and check out what's to come. So it's in there somewhere, but what happens is that if I'm already playing at a slower tempo and my wrist can handle it, I have full control of that. So therefore, I know that groove, that whatever it is that I'm going to bring about and play and orchestrate, it's going to sound tight because I have command and control with using my wrist. And why bother introducing a technique that involves additional movement when in a slower tempo than utilizing a movement that only has maybe one single turning point. See, so what am I getting at? I'm getting at this. Let's say if I'm playing funk, right? And I'm playing some 16th notes and I want to pull out those accents of the 16th notes. And the groove is a slow groove, a slower groove, right? I can do it all with the wrist and not have to worry about my fingers pulling out any accents like such. So you saw that I did the dip, right? That little dip thing. So now I can also play that with the fingers. And already you can tell, I don't know if I can tell, there's already a kind of like a difference in sound and in texture between the two. But if I already have that command with the wrist, cool. I'm gonna use the wrist because the tempo allows me to do it comfortably and have full command in it. I hope this is making sense, which is on me. Hopefully I'm explaining this correctly. So what happens now is that if I speed up, then I'm gonna want to include the fingers and not just use the wrist, where I'll end up tensing up, hit a roadblock, because now the fingers can engage and now like kind of hit the turbo charge and then allow me to play faster or pull out accents at faster tempos. So yeah, I embellished a little bit and continued playing because, I don't know, I was having fun. But you saw that when I was playing those doubles on the crash, I just wanted to show you what it would look like in applying that like free stroke, technique by playing the doubles, marrying it with the bass drum. Which the same can be with a hi-hat. So now, is it solely for that? Of course not. It's to have control of your doubles, right? To be able to play confidently and pulling out those accents and playing with authority, So if you apply it to the hi-hat, play groove like this. You can break it up between the hi-hat and the snare drum. You can spur it across the toms. Now, here's the thing. You want to get to, play the doubles across the kit strong, both wrist and fingers. So wrist, just wrist. And then with fingers. So by getting used to that, obviously the toughest one would be the floor tom, because the head is the most giving, you know, because it's the looser head. Unless you're playing jazz, you know, everything is tuned up pretty high. And in Afro-Cuban music too. Although for me, even when I play Afro-Cuban, I love the floor tom to be. Anywho, the reason why you want to make sure you have that command and get used to on the toms and all stuff is because you don't want to lose the presence. You don't want to lose that attack, that definition from when you're playing, you know? So if you're playing and you want to play like, what's a common lick that a doubles, you know, broken up between the right hand and the right foot. You want to still be pronounced. You don't want this. You don't want that at all. You want the same consistency of feel. Especially from the floor tom, because once again, the head gives the most. Practice that across the kit, so you can just get a feel for that motion, because in itself you also need to be able to get used to the right hand, the right foot, you know, combo thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna play a little bit here and just show you different dynamics on just utilizing the doubles, you know. And yeah, I hope you guys dug today's lesson, and I believe I'm just gonna fade it on out after this. All right, so take care, God bless, and please let me know what you think of this. You know, it's totally impromptu, so I get it if it's not fully presenting. All right, okay.